It's been 2 weeks since I got the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and you're probably here trying to figure out if it's worth upgrading to this new phone, so I'm gonna keep this review simple and straight to the point. After 2 weeks of use, I'd say that yes, it is definitely worth upgrading, more so than the 16 Pro Max last year and even the 15 Pro Max before that. Why? Well, there are 5 major factors you need to consider if you're trying to figure out if a new phone is worth upgrading to or not, and it's probably not what you think, because last year, everyone got it completely wrong. The whole tech world was buzzing about AI this, AI that, so Apple went all in on AI marketing, and it failed. But this year, the iPhone 17 Pro sales have skyrocketed, with many people upgrading, even though Apple barely even said a word about AI during their iPhone 17 launch event. So what was it then? What makes the iPhone 17 Pro so special? Is it the A19 Pro chip, which is finally fast enough? Or are the cameras finally good enough? Is the battery life finally long enough? The simple truth is that the iPhone's chips, cameras, and battery life have all honestly been good enough for years now. So why are people upgrading so much this year, and why do I personally recommend that you upgrade as well? This brings us into the first and most important factor, design. For the first time since the iPhone 10 in 2017, the new iPhone 17 Pro models now look significantly different again, and people honestly upgrade for that. Because what's the point of upgrading if your new iPhone looks pretty much the same as the previous one? Just look at the camera bump of the 16 Pro compared to the 15 Pro, then to the 14 Pro, 13 Pro, 12 Pro, 11 Pro. They literally all look the same on the back side. And then there is the 17 Pro, which looks and feels completely different. And with that, jumping into upgradability factor number 2, the new phone has to have newly upgraded features that are actually important and noticeable in day-to-day life. So what are those features on the 17 Pro Max, and how good are they really after 2 weeks of use? First of all, we have the new anti-reflective display, which you might even be able to tell just looking at this that the new iPhone 17 Pro has less reflections. It is significantly better. Next up, we have the new 3000 nit brightness peak compared to 2000 on the 16 Pro Max, and let me tell you, this is the first time that I've been able to use automatic brightness, and I'm very happy with it, especially outside. We were in Maui for Snapdragon Summit, and it was so nice. I could see everything no matter how bright it was. Then we have the 18 megapixel center stage selfie camera, and that right there is one of the biggest improvements, and one of the things that some people will upgrade just for that feature alone. It is a massive, massive difference. You can fit so many people in the frame, especially being able to do a landscape selfie. Very, very nice to use. And also landscape video while holding it like this. It is genius, and everyone is gonna copy Apple. This is a huge upgrade. And then we have much faster wired charging speeds, from 0 to 50% in just 20 minutes instead of 35 on the 16 Pro Max. That is noticeably quicker day to day. And then same thing for the 25 watt MagSafe wireless charging with third-party chargers. That's thanks to the vapor chamber spreading the heat across the battery in the entire unibody aluminum chassis. And speaking of third-party chargers, our sponsor ESR has their new Cryo Boost 3-in-1 magnetic charging station that is by far the best accessory you can buy for your Apple devices, that's actually loaded with tons of tech inside. First off, it's super sleek and looks awesome on your desk, so you can use it in both vertical and horizontal modes while letting you charge 3 devices at once, like the iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods Pro. And it charges very quickly thanks to Qi 2.2 with Cryo Boost technology that actually keeps your iPhone 6.5 degrees cooler while achieving 25 watt wireless charging that gets you to 60% charge in only 30 minutes compared to 50 if if you use Apple's wireless charger, and while it's charging, it's also very nice and quiet. On top of that, it's MFW certified for Apple Watches, letting you quickly charge your watch to 50% in just 30 minutes, and powering all of this is a 50-watt charger that comes in the box, and you can also use it for your MacBook. So go ahead and check out ESR's Cryo Boost 3-in-1 magnetic charging station by using the links in the description and pinned comment below. And then we have the 4X optical 48 megapixel telephoto camera, which now takes 12 megapixel 8X optical quality photos. It is a very, very nice upgrade. It looks so much better when you're zooming in very far. Then we have the new A19 Pro chip, which is quite a bit faster, especially for graphics, but that's mainly due to the new vapor chamber cooling system, which spreads the heat across the aluminum unibody chassis. And looking at some gaming test videos like from Dane Tech, he tested Genshin Impact and the difference was massive. He was getting about 100 to 120 FPS in Genshin Impact on the 17 Pro, while the 16 Pro was only getting 70 to 80. This is an insane difference generation over generation. I then grabbed a phone cooler, which is a massive cooler that you put on the back, and it uses a fan with a special condenser unit to pull heat, and this was mind-blowing. The stability score I got on the 17 Pro Max was 95%. It was totally unreal, and the phone was cold to the touch, thanks to the aluminum unibody and vapor chamber working together. I did the same exact test with the 16 Pro Max, and it only got 80% stability. I mean, this is a massive sustained performance update, and it's finally worth buying one of those coolers that you get for the back of the phone. I'll leave a link below. And then we have battery life. Honestly, I was very happy with the battery life on the 16 Pro Max, but this just took it to a whole new level. It lasts so long that I almost forget to plug it in and charge it because it's just insane. I mean, it's the best battery life of any mainstream phone, and it's a really nice upgrade to have because it gives you the confidence to go to the beach all day and not worry about your phone dying. It is amazing. Then we have the speakers. We did a speaker test, and yes, the speakers sound louder and more full on the new 17 Pro Max, so I'm very happy about that as well. Now, factor number 3 is actually getting tempted to upgrade by marketing gimmicks, or in the case of the 17 Pro Max, the lack thereof. Last year, Apple focused their iPhone 16 Pro marketing on Apple Intelligence, as well as a couple of other features like the new camera control button. Well, as it turned out, Apple Intelligence was an embarrassing fail that got delayed, and the camera control was so bad that it failed, it became a gimmick, and I literally have had it turned off for months, and same with the new 17 Pro, it's literally disabled. So because Apple focused on features which turned out to be gimmicks, they actually did more damage than they did good in terms of getting people to upgrade. So what sort of potential gimmicks do we have on the new iPhone 17 Pro? Honestly, not much. It's just genuinely a solid phone with a bunch of great feature upgrades. The only thing I can think of as being a potential gimmick is the new dual video recording feature, but that wasn't really a major focus of their marketing, and it also has some decent potential if people can help make it go viral online. And come to think of it, Apple didn't even mention the camera control button this time around, so I think Apple realized their mistake with the 16 Pro, and now they only focus on marketing the solid feature upgrades with the 17 Pro, and it worked. And now getting into upgradability factor number 4, we have value. Considering the long list of genuinely useful upgrades, as well as the once-in-a-decade fresh and new redesign, Apple easily could have bumped up the price, but in the case of the 17 Pro Max, it stayed exactly the same. And people obviously appreciate that, and that brings me to number 5, the final upgradability factor, and that is essentially a consideration of what's coming in the future. When Apple makes a dramatic design change like this, it's basically guaranteed to stay the same at least for the next couple of years. Back when the iPhone X got the edge-to-edge display with the notch in 2017, it wasn't until 2022 when Apple replaced it with the dynamic island. When the iPhone 11 in 2019 got the triple camera bump redesign, it literally wasn't until now that the iPhone 17 Pro got the new camera plateau redesign with the MagSafe glass window. So if you choose to upgrade now, the redesign of this phone will continue to feel fresh and new for at least the next 3 to 5 years, and that is why it makes sense to upgrade now. The only caveat is if you're someone that would be willing to spend $2,000 on the iPhone Fold, which is rumored to come next year. And finally, to log off of this review, I've got to tell you guys the negatives or complaints. And to be honest, I really only have one issue with this phone, and that is the switch back to aluminum, which makes it feel a lot more fragile. I mean, it's a lot more slippery in the hand. It's nowhere near as premium feeling as before, and I already dropped this from my bathroom counter onto my tile, and I scuffed up the edge right here. So consider this a design that requires a case. But other than that, I'd say this is a pretty solid upgrade. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below and subscribe above for more videos like this one. Definitely check out our blind camera comparison right over there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.